Hi, we are here today to interview the founder of Adidas, Adolf Dassler. To start us off, where were you born?
I was born in Herzogenaurach, Germany.
What did you do before Adidas and how did you get into the shoe business?
Before Adidas, I was a trained baker, but my family started a small shoemaking business and I began to work for them. My family's shoe business first consisted of making bedroom slippers from materials that we would find on the sides of roads, like old tires, helmets, sacks, etc. My sister was the one who cut the shoe pattern out of canvas, while I used my bike-powered shoe trimmer to make the shoe. After a few years of making slippers, I began to make a lightweight gymnastic and soccer cleats. We then opened a small factory in 1926 where me and my brother sold a shoe for tennis players, which led us to start making shoes for other sports. We then had a big break when we made the first athletic shoe with an arch support, which made our shoe company boom.
Tell us which athlete was the most memorable to wear your family's shoe.
There are so many incredible athletes I could mention. However, I would have to say Jesse Owens was the most memorable athlete to wear our shoes, because he wore them in the Berlin Olympic Games when he won 4 gold medals. Before giving Jesse Owens our shoes to wear, our company increased our fame 8 years earlier when we gave away shoes to the Olympic athletes at the 1928 Olympics in Amsterdam.
What happened to your family's company when World War II started?
Our company went to a completely different direction. When the World War II was going on, we began to make boots for the German soldiers. At this time, my brother Rudolf was a soldier in the German army, but I kept our shoe company going.
So how exactly did you start the Adidas company?
It all started in the late 1940s when my brother and I got into a disagreement that led us to our split of our long-going family business. This gave me an idea of continuing my passion of making shoes on my own terms. My brother Rudolf came up with his own shoe company, which was first named Ruda, but later renamed Puma, while I had the same idea of making my own shoe company, which I called Adidas.
How did you come up with the name Adidas?
Coming up with the name Adidas was not hard. I decided to take my nickname, Addy, and the first syllable of my last name, Das, and came up with the word Adidas. This was also when I began to use the 3 stripes as my trademark logo, which symbolized the unity across countries.
When was the first time you used the 3 stripes, and what led you to changing that logo to the trefoil?
Well, when I developed the football shoe, I incorporated 3 parallel straps that brought more stability for one's foot and the shoe itself. So basically, what started off as something to create support then turned into a recognizable trademark of 3 parallel stripes that represented my company. As for the trefoil design, in 1972, when the Olympic Games were in Munich, I presented a new logo, the trefoil. When I first introduced the logo, it symbolized performance, but as time went on, it stood for lifestyle and street. Although times have changed, along with my logo, the quality of my brand will remain the same.
How did you get so noticed with your new company?
I was 49 years old when I decided to start all over. I hired about 47 employees to help me make these shoes in my hometown. On the same day I decided to start over was the same day I registered a shoe that was soon to become famous Adidas 3 stripes. The German national football team was facing the unbeatable team of Hungarians in the 1954 Cup, and the Germans won that game. This win was talked about for decades and made my company and I a platform for football everywhere.
Was there anything else you wanted to include in the Adidas company besides shoes?
Yes, besides shoes, I also created the Adidas jumpsuit. In 1967, I created the jumpsuit that was named after Franz Beckenbauer. This became the first appeal to my company that was just famous for shoes until now.
So, I heard you had a big contribution in the 1970 FIFA World Cup.
Yes, I did actually. That year, I not only made shoes and apparel for my Adidas brand, I also created the Telstar soccer ball, which was the official ball for the 1970 FIFA World Cup. I designed this ball to improve viewers' visibility while watching the cup on black and white television. This checkered-looking design made it easier for viewers to spot the ball during games because it was alternating colors of black and white rather than a single color. After this contribution of the ball to the 1970 Cup, my company made the official match ball for every World Cup following.
Tell us your secret to success with creating shoes for athletes.
I believe my success in my company was due to the fact that I personally met with the athletes to take their needs and opinions into consideration when creating the shoe. Because of my willingness to meet the athletes' needs, I gained the most respect and trust from athletes that would last a lifetime.
What were your plans for your future with the company?
I plan to continue to keep my company in the family even as it continues to grow. My goal is to continue to create trendy lifestyle shoes, equipment, and clothing. I know I will not be around forever, so I would like to have my son grow with the company for everyday people and athletes.
Thank you. That's all for today. Thank you, Adolf, for joining us. We wish you great success for you and your company's future.